Good evening, everybody. I feel a little bit down right now because, you know, a lot is going on in the world, and we may not be in the middle of the severe cases of the wars going on around the world, but then, some way, somehow, there is a war going on in our lives. For example, our economy now is a mess, and that's a war on its own, you know. Anyways, that's not what I'm going to talk about. There is this lady I follow on Instagram, Rosie in Gaza. Rosie seriously documents her life in Gaza, how everything is unfolding and all that. And trust me, it's very difficult to look away. It's very, very difficult. Then I ask myself, we have wars going on in Africa too. Why don't we see documentations of these things? Mind you, these are not official news outlets. These are social media handles, live reports, live incidents, live happenings like this in Gaza. You see them. But then we have stuff going on in Borno State. We have same going on in Zamfara. We have going on in Sudan. We have such going on in Congo. Like, nobody's saying anything. Nobody even videos. Nobody shares. Nobody documents, actual events and live events of what's happening. Why? There's this guy that was bundled out of one, I think Drake's concert, or I'm not so sure right now, where he raised the poster in protest of, where he raised the banner in protest for Gaza and Sudan. I asked him, what about Nigeria? We have serious killing going on in Nigeria. We have like serious insecurities going on in Nigeria. If you should compare the number of people that have died in Nigeria so far and the ones in Gaza, you realize that more persons have died in Nigeria, and yet ours is not even as severe as theirs yet, and yet the number of persons that have died is just so numerous. He said the thing is that those that bring their information, their news out, are the ones people talk about. You don't see people talking about Nigeria as much online because even the Nigerians themselves are not talking about it as it should be talked about. We do not have Nigerians talking about the issues in Nigeria, especially the insecurity, except for the kidnappings going on in the south. A lot of atrocities, a whole lot of atrocities are happening in the north. Recently, we have Boko Haram bombing, and you don't see people holding their phones to even give details and all that. But then you don't see the people of Borno State documenting anything happening. They are not even sharing it. Even Benue State, it took journalists, people from other parts of the country to go there and document and distribute what is happening. Okay, Plateau people can even we even hear about them, but not as much as we are hearing about the things in Gaza. Why is this like that? Like, why is it happening this way? Why? Saying Rosie gets bombed, like she was literally bombed in her house. Look at the video. You see her coming out of rubbles. I follow her profile every day. If she doesn't post for 3 whole days, my heart begins to beat so fast because I get scared that maybe she's been killed or something bad has happened. But she has poor internet service over there, and whenever she doesn't post, it's because of the internet. But right now, there has been a ceasefire. She moved into her house and she's settling there. Guess what? They bombed her house today. Like, she literally videoed it. You can see her coming out from the bomb. From the blast, the rubbles. Well, while I pray for a ceasefire, while I pray for a ceasefire in Gaza, I also pray for every other part of the world. I really, I've searched for information about Sudan. There is hardly anything. There's hardly anything. I must really hail the Palestinians for their resilience. When you talk about resilience, call me a Palestinian. Let the person come talk. They are literally showing us what's happening. But in Sudan, worse off is happening than no one is seeing anything. Why? We're not seeing anything on the news. At least let's draw in attention, so that, because when negativity receives so many attention, it tends to relax. Let's a lot of all these things stop. The war here and there is just too much. It's just too much. It's either physical war, economic war. Okay, look at Nigeria. A new tax is coming. It's going to be enforced. And it's like, I heard it's monstrous. Look at our economy, is speedily collapsing. Housing cost is so high, it's almost tripled. I feel so emotional right now. I don't know how I will feel if I hear that Rosie dies or she gets killed. Anyways, I hope she sees the end of the war. That's my prayer for her.